Hello everybody, this is Hellsport here. We're going to do a tutorial on mining. So I've been doing a little mining here recently and I've had some questions here, so I figured I'd do a tutorial video to show you guys the basics of mining. So first off, we're going to start off with our loadout. So going to start port services here, and I'm going to show you what you need as the basics for mining. So first thing is a ship. You would definitely need a ship with a good amount of internal compartments here to be able to equip what we're going to need to start mining with. So what you're going to need is mining lasers. Of course, the better quality or the bigger the hard point for your mining lasers, the better they're going to work, the quicker you're going to take out the asteroid. So I'm using the Asset Explorer. It's got 6 hard points on it. I'm going to keep 2 lasers, just normal lasers if I get in any kind of trouble maybe. And the rest I'm going to put as mining lasers, and then we're going to have to equip those into a fire group. I'll show you guys how to do that as well. And then as internal, you're going to want to make sure you have a power plant. So when you equip all these things, you're not going to go overboard over your available power usage. And then you're going to need a decent power distributor. I'm only using a C-class at the moment, just got the ship still working on my money here. But you're going to need a decent power distributor that'll keep your mining lasers charged or recharge them as quickly as possible. Cargo rack, you want to be able to hold as much cargo as you can for your ship. The more items you're going to be getting from mining, the more you're going to want to carry. Let you out there longer, maybe even carry more of the better minerals, and we'll go over that as well, what kind of minerals you should be looking for. Now the basic things that you want to get from mining, you want to get the collector limpet controller. These are going to be little limpets. They're going to go out when you're mining the laser for the fragments. They're going to go out and collect the fragments for you, so you're going to need these, the collector limpets. Now, another thing with these collector limpets is the better the quality with the rating is, the more droids you can send out at one time. So if you get a lower rating, you might only be able to send out like 1 limpet. Better rating like this one here, this B3, I can send out 2 collector limpets at a time, which makes collecting the cargo a little quicker. I also added another cargo rack, just to add a little more cargo. You're going to need a prospector limpet, and now what this prospector limpet does is you're going to shoot that at the asteroid you're looking at, and then that'll tell you what minerals are in that asteroid. And so you can choose like, yeah, I want to go after this asteroid, or no, skip it and go somewhere else. That's going to tell you what that asteroid is made of. You're going to need a refinery, and we'll go over how the refinery works as well. And what this refinery does is it's going to take your fragments and refine it into like an ingot, and then you're going to sell the ingot on the commodities market. So you're going to definitely need a refinery. You need that to convert your minerals. Those are the basics, what you're going to need. And one thing I do recommend is keeping your refinery, your prospector limpets, and your collector limpets within the same module class. This just helps it, so you're not waiting on like your refinery's too slow or your collector limpets. You can only send 1 out at a time. So try to keep these the same. So it just helps make it more efficient as well. So those are the basics. So remember, mining lasers, you're going to need those. Cargo racks to hold all your cargo. Collector limpets and prospector limpets, and a refinery. So those are the basics you're going to need for mining. And what you're going to need the minerals you really want to be looking for, of course, because you're going to be selling these then. You can go in here on the prices. Here's your prices. Any of the EMs are going to be good. They're going to sell for a lot. Like beryllium, that's a good one. Gold's pretty decent too. Things like that. Most of the ites you're going to stay away from. They don't really sell for much. You stay away from the ites. But the biggest ite you do want to get is painite. That is one of the biggest ones right here. 33,000 per ingot. It's very rare, but it's very nice to get at the same time. So yeah, those are pretty much the basics. And then don't forget one thing. Try not to forget. Some of my buddies I play with here sometimes forget this. Make sure when you restock, you get the limpets. You got, you know, limpets because you're going to be using them, so you got to restock them. So try to make like a checklist for yourself to not forget these. And now I have a cargo limit of 72. Don't max out your cargo with limpets. If you max it out, then when you're mining, your cargo hold is going to be full, and you're not going to be able to take all the cargo. So I recommend, I got 72. I usually go out with 50. I usually start out about 50 or 55. So today we'll start out with 55. We'll take 55 out today. Confirm that. Small little cost. Not even going to worry about it. You make decent money. Now one thing you can do as well is check your bulletin board, because sometimes they're going to be looking for a certain mineral, and if you can find that mineral, you know, then you can sometimes get extra money. There was one mission I had to turn in like 2 osmiums, but I got like $160,000. Like this one right here. Look at this. Painite urgently needed. They're going to give you 249,000 credits, and they only want 3 painite. Now they're going to give you 13 hours to find this. So 3, if you were to sell it, you know, on your own, is only 90 grand. So you're going to get 250 grand on top of these 3, just for giving it to them. So you're going to make more money for this. So that is awesome. But we're going to decline this right now because I'm doing the tutorial here. We'll just do this tutorial real quick for you. All right. So we restocked. We got our limpets that we're going to need, 55 of them. And now I'm going to show you guys how to set them up, your modules here. So you're going to go over to your module screen here, set up your fire groups. So I got pulse lasers right now as my secondary, just because it's easier when I'm mining, because I'm using a joystick, a HOTAS. So it's just easier for me to use the trigger for my mining laser. So what you do then is you set up your collector limpets and your prospector limpets in your secondary fire group. So I have my prospector as my trigger pull, so I pull the trigger to shoot the prospector at the asteroid, and I use my secondary fire for my collectors to just pop those and let those guys go and collect the minerals. And then I have my mining lasers over here on my primary fire group as my primary trigger. So that's how you would set those up. Like I said, you guys can change these, you know, whatever you want. You know, if you want, you know, I wouldn't recommend both having one. I want one or the other. And then your inventory is going to show your limpets here, your ship cargo, and now that you have actually installed the refinery, you're going to see your refinery. Now, we'll get more into the refinery once we start mining here, because sometimes when you're mining you'll get resources unallocated. And I'll show you how to clear the hopper. That just means your hopper's full and it can't refine anything because it's jammed. So we'll show you how to clear that as well. And that's pretty much it for now, and we'll go ahead and we'll go mine. So what you're going to need to do is go to your system map here. Wait for this to boot up here. You go to your system map and you want ringed planets. Alright, your ringed planets are going to have the minerals. But there's going to be a certain type of ringed planet you're going to need. Alright, you can't do icy, so they don't have the equipment right now for icy. So this ring type is icy, so it's no good. We can't mine there. It's icy. Forget about that. We'll go over here to AB3, and ring type is metallic. That's the one you guys want to be looking for. Now you got to watch though. A ring, metallic, but the B ring is icy. So I'll show you, I'll explain that to you too. The A ring is going to be close to the planet, and the B ring is going to be on the outside of the planet. So you want to always check that as well. Metallic is where you want to be. You want to be in metallic. Metallic's going to give you those finer minerals. So you're going to want to go for that. This planet here, again, icy, so we can't do it. So the only planet we have right now is AB3. Alright, so now that we found our planet, we want to plot to that planet. Like I said, remember, metallic ring. We need metallic ring. That's the best ring to go for these minerals. And now we can launch. Alright, now as we're still getting close to the planet, you kind of want to start slowing down. We don't want to actually land on the planet, but we need to get close to the inside ring. That's going to be your A ring, and that's where you're going to be finding your metals. So as we get closer, we'll start slowing down, and I'll show you guys how to come in without damaging your ship. Alright, we're about 20 seconds out now from the planet. So we'll start watching our time, our speed, and our distance to the planet. As that starts counting down, we'll also start slowing down here. Now another thing with these planets, when you're going to be coming in for mining, they're going to have resource extraction sites, and you want to avoid those. Whereas bounty hunting, that's where you want to go. That's where your bounties are going to be, you know, with your high, low, and hazardous resource extraction sites. With mining, you want to avoid those. If you go to those areas, you're going to have to contend with the pirates. Pirates are going to be scanning your inventory, your cargo hold, I should say, and then they're going to want your cargo, and you're going to have to fight them off. So the best thing to do is avoid these resource extraction sites, and it does not affect the minerals that you're going to be finding. It does not affect that in any way. So now we're getting closer. We'll start slowing down here some more so we don't overshoot it or get pulled out too soon. And we're going to be coming in, and you notice on the HUD here as well, as you get closer, it'll start popping up. Like right over here, that's a conflict zone, high intensity. We're going to avoid that. We're going to have a resource extraction site. We want to avoid that. There's another resource extraction site. So we'll go over here, and we're going to avoid these resource extraction sites. I don't want to deal with pirates here, so we're going to avoid those. We're going to come right over here to the middle there. Now you're going to see this outside ring is icy, and there's also going to be like a rocky. This is on the outside of the ring. You want to avoid those. You're not going to find anything good there. You want to go to this inside ring. So just come in nice and easy. And it'll be a piece of cake. Once you do it a couple times, you'll get the feel for it, and it'll be super easy. My first time I came flying in, whole damage. It's still only like 2 to 4%. It's not bad, but you got to watch that if you're going to get interdicted on the way back. So we're going to be flying in here towards this inside ring, and we want to keep our speed under the 1 mm a second. You want to keep that under that when you go to jump out. That will not damage your ship then. So we'll start slowing down. We'll come in here for the ring. Coming in close. We're under the 1. And we come out. We'll pull you out automatically. No damage to your hull. And a whole bunch of asteroids. Look at that, guys. Look at all these asteroids we have to choose from. So now we'll go in here. We'll pull out our hard points here. I'm going to switch over to my secondary because those are going to be my prospector droids. I'm going to have my prospector, the one that's going to tell me what's in the asteroid, as my primary, and my collector as my secondary. We're going to choose this asteroid right here in front of us and see what he has in store for us. So you just want to kind of line up with it, and you're going to fire your prospector droid.
Programming limpet droid.
So they're programming, and then you want to target your limpet. So you're going to target your limpet, he's going to fly out there, and I overshot. Okay, let's try this again here. Nobody ever said I was perfect at this, so we're going to fire off another one. And we're just going to have to target this guy here. Sometimes that happens, no big deal. These guys are cheap, and we have 55 of them. Oh, look at that. So now over here on the left, you're going to see the minerals remaining. It's going to tell you we have platinum, which is very good, indite, which is junk, and osmium, which isn't bad. Remember, guys, you want to go after the ems. The ites, except for painite, are no good. So we can mine this guy. So we're going to come over here. We're going to switch over to our mining lasers here. We're going to move up to the asteroid nice and easy. You don't want to smash into the asteroid, but you do need to get close. We'll put our power over to weapons to keep our mining lasers charged. And we'll start mining. And as you see here, the minerals remaining will start going down. That means you're extracting minerals. Now I'll switch over to my collectors. Pop my collectors. And there they go. And he's going to start going out there and collecting the minerals for us. I'm going to pop 2 of them. I'm going to switch back to my lasers. And I'm going to keep mining this asteroid. And as you can see, you're also going to need to open up your cargo hatch. Look at this already. Resources unallocated. Now when you see that, that means your refinery is full and you're going to have to vent off unwanted minerals. So you're going to come over to your inventory, you're going to scroll down to refinery, you're going to go over, and right now your refinery is full. So you're going to come down here and get rid of the stuff that you don't need. We don't need this. It's an ite and it's junk. We don't need that. Silver is also cheap, and this asteroid doesn't have silver, so we're also going to vent that as well. So now your hopper's empty, and now you can keep mining. And now your collectors can go out and just keep getting those fragments of the mineral that's coming off this asteroid here. As you can see as well, as you're shooting your mining lasers, the minerals remaining is just going to start going down. Once that hits 0, the asteroid is depleted. You can't get any more fragments out of it. As you can see, the collectors are coming in, grabbing the fragments, bringing it back to the ship, and we're making money. Simple as that. As you can see as well, because we're not in a resource extraction zone, there's nobody around me. I don't have to worry about being scanned by pirates and having to deal with them and having to fight them off right now. I can just sit here and mine, listen to music, you know, talk to my Twitch, you know, and just relax. Just kick back and relax. It's very relaxing. Very relaxing. Let me just sit here and mine. Now you do gotta watch these limpet droids are not the smartest. Sometimes they smash into your ship or the asteroid and you're here, you know, limpet droids expired. And you just deploy another one. Sometimes you do have to reposition yourself to try to, you know, try to keep them from dying all the time. And this asteroid is almost done.
Asteroid depleted.
Alright, asteroid's depleted, so now we just sit back and chill, let our collector droids go out and get all the fragments, and that's it. And now, if you do run out of collector droids, or limpets, collector limpets I should say, you can pick up these fragments on your own. You make sure your cargo scoop is deployed, and you would pick up your fragments, you target your fragment, so you can see where they're at, and pick it up the same way as you would anything else with your cargo scoop. Now do keep in mind though, with these fragments, they are smaller, and if you come in a little too fast and they hit, you know, they will go flying, and you have to try to fly around an asteroid field to pick up your materials. So it is 100 times easier with these collector limpets. They just go do the work themselves. And once these guys have picked up all their resources, we'll go target another asteroid, and we'll keep going. You know, see what we can get. So far, so good. Right off the bat, we got, you know, platinum. As you can see here as well, your refinery. When these numbers, when that reaches 100%, that creates an ingot. So once that goes to 100%, it'll create an ingot, and as you can see, we already have 5 platinum. And what's nice too, it even tells you the price, the galactic average of what it's worth. So let's say you hear, oh, cargo hold full, that's junk, get rid of that, and keep on mining the good stuff. Alright, no valid collection targets, so now we can move on to our next asteroid. We'll go after this guy here and see what he has in store for us. So we're going to move up to him, fire our prospector droid, let him go out there and see what he sees. We're going to target him. Hopefully it's something good. Bertrandite, not really a best, it's an ite. Palladium, that's okay, it's only 14%, I'm not going to waste my time, we'll skip that one here. So it's also a good idea as well to have a bunch of limpets with you. So this way, you know, you're going to use a lot of them prospecting. Sometimes you can go to 10 asteroids and just have ites and have a bunch of junk. But sometimes you get lucky and get a painite or platinum.
Programming limpet drone.
We'll check out this guy over here. Come on, show me the money.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Galite, that's an ite. We don't need that, so we're going to move on from that one as well. We're going to move away from these guys here a little bit. And we're going to go for this guy. Now, I do recommend sometimes trying to go either after the slower spinning asteroids or the guys that are barely even moving. Sometimes your faster asteroids, if they're really moving around, are a little harder to try to mine without being hit. Alright, we're going to fire a prospector droid at this guy.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, look at that. Painite and silver. Oh, look at that. Alright guys, we're definitely going to mine this one here. So we'll switch back over to mining lasers. We're already in range. We're going to put power to weapons. Try to keep these charged as quickly as possible. And this is already going to be a pretty decent haul already with the painite and the platinum. And remember guys, painite sells for 33,000 per ingot. That is amazing. And if I would have taken that mission, remember they only needed 3, and I would have got over $250,000 for 3 of these. Remember that, guys. Resources unallocated, so we're going to have to go back to our refinery. And we'll have to vent what we don't need. The indite, we don't need that. And we don't need the gold. We'll get rid of that as well. And look at that. Painite refined. Already, we're already making money. And mining is simple as this, guys. This is all you're going to do. It's pretty much a factor of RNG. You're going to fly around. There's thousands of asteroids to choose from. And it's just getting lucky, hitting that asteroid with the painite, the platinum. Silver's not bad either. But if I found, towards the end of my run, if I had a bunch of silver and found, painite or platinum or palladium, I would eject that silver.
Collector limpet expired.
Oh, right there, collection failed. Our collector limpet expired.
Collector limpet expired.
This guy expired as well, so we might be in a bad position here. So we're going to reposition ourselves. And we're going to send out another collector. Sometimes I like just to shoot one out, just to make sure he doesn't die right away. Alright, so we're going to send out another one since he survived.
Programming limpet drone.
Send out another collector. Don't just keep mining this. This rock is going to make us a good chunk of money. Oh, and another thing, it pays off to mine with a wing. You want to, if you can, if you have buddies that are going to go with you, you want to mine in a wing, right? If you both target this asteroid, right, let's say you have a wing of 2, that doubles the amount that's in this, okay? So you're going to get the 50%, he's going to get the 50%, and then when you sell it together, you're going to get that trade dividend as well. So, and that multiplies. Wing of 3, wing of 4. So if you can, you want to try to mine in a wing. That'll make you the most profit. And also you have a lot more fun. You have somebody to talk to, joke around with. And when you get in those sticky situations where you're running around with $1 million plus of mining materials and you get interdicted, you have people that can help you. One thing too, guys, I like to do here, set up my camera. Because, to be honest, sometimes you get tired of looking at the asteroids. So you can watch your little droids go flying around and check out the scenery around you. This is also pretty cool to do this if you have other people mining. You can see them shooting their lasers. You get some nice screenshots. Just look at all these asteroids. All this potential money around. Alright guys, we got a full load here. Inventory. Indite. Junk, but we do have silver, 26 platinum, 11 gold, 11 painite, junk, and 10 palladium, which is also pretty good. So we're going to go head back here. We're going to go jump out of this asteroid field. Pro tip, always point away from the asteroid field before you want to go jump.
Charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
So we'll start pulling away. We're going to find a place to land. And this looks good. We'll go land there. Starting to pull away from the asteroid field. And there we go. Now the biggest thing to watch out for when you're flying back is the best thing to do is try to find a ringed planet with a station or a planet you can land on very close by, because that significantly decreases the chance of being interdicted by pirates. There's yesterday during my live stream, I was interdicted 5 times in a row by the same guy. Luckily, I was able to get away all 5 times, but I had $1 million worth of cargo, and by the end of it, I only had a 40% haul. He was really trying to get after my cargo. One tip, what you could always do too is if you have like the junk minerals, like any of the ites, like not painite. Painite is 33,000 credits. Any of the junk ones, that a couple hundred credits or whatever. Sometimes they're like, hey, we want your cargo. Jettison that. Maybe they'll leave you alone because they're going to be going after that. So you can always jettison the junk minerals as well. Maybe give you a little extra, couple seconds or a minute or two to get away. Unless it's a player pirate, then I would just recommend, good luck. NPC pirates are pretty easy to get away from. One other thing you'd always carry too, of course it will take away from your cargo capacity if you want to have chaff. You can always try to chaff too as well, that would always help. Especially if they're trying to scan your cargo hold. So we'll go fly back here and see how much we make. Hopefully it should be a good load. We have platinum, palladium, gold, painite. So it should be a pretty good haul. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, we're gonna glide. We're gonna be coming in right over top of it. Drop from our glide. Request docking.
Docking request granted.
There we go, guys. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Another thing to remember, if you guys are still new to landing on planets as well, is there is some kind of, with gravity and some other forces at hand, your ship is definitely going to handle differently than if you're in a station or an outpost. Definitely going to handle differently, so always keep that in mind too. It seems like it has a little more mass to it and doesn't handle as well. One thing I do like to do too is use my landing gear as kind of an air brake, because deploying your landing gear will instantly start slowing you down. And we'll come in nice and easy. I'm going to see how much we make. Should be a pretty good run though, I'm pretty confident. There we go, guys. Look at that. It's almost like I've been doing this for a living, Doing pretty good. Alright, so we're going to Starport Services. And another tip, if you didn't check your bulletin board, or maybe they didn't have anything for you when you left, check it now. Sometimes you get lucky. So we'll check our bulletin board first, see if we can get a little extra money for any of the minerals we have. Let's see here. Platinum. See, we do have platinum, but I'm not allied with them, so we can't take this. But, we would have got a lot of money for 3 platinum. So always check those. That's pro tip. Always check your bulletin board too as well. Sometimes you can get very lucky. Alright, since we don't have anything like that, we'll go to a commodities market. We'll scroll down to see what's in our cargo. We have 11 gold, so we're going to start out at $9.9 million. So we'll start at 9.9 million and see where we end up. We'll sell these. We made a profit, 106,000 credits. Palladium, also very good, 13,000 per. 124,000 credits. We got platinum, 26 platinum. We hit a lot of platinum this time. That was a very nice haul of platinum. Look at that. Almost $500,000 in just platinum. $500,000 in just platinum. For only 26. 26. Look at that. 10.5 million already. We still have our silver, which is not bad. It's decent. It's better than the ites. 33,000 credits. Enough to pay for gas. We have one Betronite. Look at that. That'll pay for our limpets. Indite. Buy some food. Maybe some snacks. And then the Painite. The all rarest in the galaxy. Let's see what we get from this. 367,000 credits. Brings us to a total of 10.9 mil, so we made just a smidgen over $1 million in just that 45 minutes time. So thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, leave a like. If you have any comments or tips for me or other commanders out there, please leave them in the comments section. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.